I'm a football fan, and welcome to the Touchdown Lady podcast. We talk football from a fan's point of view. I'm Cindy, your host. Let's just get into it. But I first want to say happy St. Patty's Day. Let's get into it. We're going to start off with the talk about Aaron Rodgers. Yes, we're talking about Aaron Rodgers again. Now, there are two teams that are interested in Aaron Rodgers, and that is the Giants and the Steelers. Now, for me, I don't understand why the Steelers released Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. Russell Wilson actually won games for them, and he got them into the playoffs. But Russell Wilson, they sent him to the free agent. I don't understand. But the word is out there is that the Steelers, they made an offer to Aaron Rodgers, and he has not responded, as well as the Giants. Now, everybody's saying that Aaron Rodgers is really interested in the Vikings. Now, J.J. McCarthy I think will be the starting quarterback for the Vikings. Sam Darnold has now moved on to the Seattle Seahawks, and now J.J. McCarthy, he played a little bit last year, but he got injured, and he wound up missing the whole season last year, and that's when Sam Darnold came in. But I don't think the Vikings have any interest, as far as I know. The Vikings have not shown any interest in Aaron Rodgers. But that's what they're saying. Aaron Rodgers is waiting to hear from the Vikings, but he also has two teams waiting, like I said, and that is the Giants and the Steelers. There's some talk out there, too, that executives from the different teams out there, are really not having interest in Aaron Rodgers. That's because they don't want to deal with the drama. Yes, everybody knows dealing with Aaron Rodgers, there's the drama, and they're saying they don't want to deal with it. And so a lot of teams are not interested in him. Like I said, the only two right now is the Giants and the Steelers. We have to wait and see how that's going to play out with Aaron Rodgers. Will he retire, or will he actually wind up playing for a team? We have to wait and see on that. But let's talk about the Bengals. Yes, the Bengals. I am so happy. I'm really excited to talk about the Bengals right now. They signed two of the best receivers, the best receiver. They have signed Jamar Chase and T. Higgins to extended contracts. Yes, Chase is finally getting paid by the Bengals. He has signed a contract for $161 million, $112 million guaranteed for 4 years. Yes, Chase is going to stay with the Bengals. I am so happy about that. I know Joe Burrow is happy about that. Also, T. Higgins signed a 4-year contract worth $115 million, 2 years guarantees with the Bengals as well. Like I said, the Bengals on offense, the numbers were unbelievable. Joe Burrow threw us some really impressive numbers. Jamar Chase and Higgins all had good seasons last season. But the only thing that struggled with is with the defense, the Bengals defense. Now, they really have to do an upgrade in that position to get them more compete in the AFC North Division. We got Lamar Jackson, and everybody knows what he can do. But Joe Burrow also can win games as well. So I can't wait and see. But in that division, there's still two teams that need quarterbacks, and that is the Browns and the Steelers. Like I said, the Steelers are waiting for Aaron Rodgers to make his decision on that one. The Browns have a good team. To me, I think the defense was really good. I think the offense is not too bad either. They just need a consistent quarterback in that position. So, yeah, we got to see what the Browns going to do for a quarterback in that. But Jamar Chase and T. Higgins have signed extended contracts. I am so happy for the Bengals right now. But the Bengals also, they're starting to address their defense. They're going to try to keep Trey Hendrickson, the defensive end. So they're in negotiations with him right now to keep him as well. So we have to wait and see. But right now, the Bengals, yes, they signed the two receivers. I knew they was not going to let them walk like that. I just knew it. But I'm so happy for the Bengals and Joe Burrow right now. Moving on, let's talk about the 49ers. Now, I've been waiting for Brock Purdy to sign a contract, and that has not happened yet. But the 49ers have signed Mac Jones to a 2-year contract worth $7 million and $5 million guaranteed. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if they bought him near the starter, be more competition for Purdy. I don't know what's going on with that. But I am still waiting to see if Brock Purdy's going to sign an extended contract with the 49ers. Now, the 49ers have made some really drastic moves. They let a lot of players go. So, to me, they're in a rebuild right now to build around, hopefully around Brock Purdy. But we have to wait and see. But they have a lot of players go for the 49ers. We just have to wait and see. They had a bad year last season. It was really bad. They couldn't get nothing. You know, most of their star players were injured. Brock Purdy struggled. So hopefully with the changes that the 49ers are making, the 49ers will be back next year. I can't wait to see that. Like I said, I'm waiting for Brock Purdy to see if they're going to really sign him to a contract. Let's talk about the Bills. Now, this is really interesting right now. Now, they're saying that Stephon Diggs was on social media and he was wearing a Bills shirt. I don't know what that's about, but I don't know if he's trying to hint of the Bills he wants to come back. But a lot of the fans responded to that, and they said, no, they do not want Stephon Diggs back in Buffalo. That's what's going on out there with him. I got to wait and see. Like I said, Stephon Diggs is still a free agent. He has not been picked up by a team. He played for the Houston last year, but he was injured, so he was out the season for the Houston Texans. So we have to wait and see how this is going to play out for Diggs. But the Buffalo fans do not want him back. And also for the Bills, too. They signed Joey Bosa, the defensive end, from the Chargers. I like Joey. I really do. He said that he wanted to sign with the Bills because he wants to win. He feels that the Bills, he can win with Josh Allen. We just have to wait and see. Now, to me, the Bills, you know, the Bills are my favorite team, and I love Josh Allen, so we're going to talk about it. But for me, I just think that the Bills need an explosive receiver. They need a receiver that can get downfield, got speed, can get open, run routes, and score points and catch that ball when Allen throws it downfield. That is what I'm waiting for. Now, last year, they did not have a #1 receiver on their team. They just used the players that they had. They did really well. Like, they made it to the divisional round championship game. They did really well. So I just like to see a dedicated receiver for Josh Allen for next season. We have to wait and see what they're going to do in the draft as well as they continue in free agent. Let's talk about the Colts. Now, this is also interesting, too. The Colts have now signed Daniel Jones. Yes, the ex-quarterback of the Giants. They have now signed him to a one-year deal worth $14 million. Now, they're saying the reason why they brought Daniel Jones on is to give competition to Anthony Richardson. Yes, we all know that Anthony Richardson started last year. They sat him for a couple of games. They brought him back, but he's been struggling. All last year, he just struggled. So now they brought Daniel Jones. Then they said it's to compete for the starting quarterback position for 2025. Anthony, if you're listening, you need to work on your game this offseason. Learn how to slide so you won't get any injuries. And you just got to get your game. You got to get better. Now there's just got to be competition between you and Daniel Jones. I want to see how this is going to play out. Who is going to be the Indianapolis Colts starting quarterback in 2025? I don't know. I don't know. Let's talk about the Patriots. Now, the Patriots signed Mac Hollins, which is the wide receiver. He's 31 years old, and he comes from the Buffalo Bills. Yes, I like Hollins. I like him when he was playing for the Bills. So now he signed a contract with the Patriots for 2 years, $4 million. He has signed a 2-year contract with the Patriots. Now, to me, yes, they signed him as a receiver, but I think the Patriots still need a dedicated receiver for Drake May. Now, they need, like, again, just like the Bills, they need a receiver that can get open, get downfield with speed, run routes, and catch the ball, and make some big plays when they have to. And that's what they need on the offense. Now, the Patriots have been dressing the defense. Now, you know, the Patriots for years always was in the top 10 defenses. In the last couple of years, they have not been there. And hopefully, now that Mike Vrabel is addressing the defense, that they'll get back in the top 10 defense. We just have to wait and see. But my concerns is still the offense. They still need some work. They need a dedicated receiver for Drake May to be able to throw that ball to. So hopefully, they have the #4 draft pick in the first round. Let's see what they're going to do with that draft pick if they don't get anyone in the free agency. Let's just wait and see. But I'm looking forward for the Patriots in this new rebuild to see what they're going to do and what they're going to bring on that field. Now, let's talk a little bit about the free agents and what players are still out there. You have Stephon Diggs, Aaron Rodgers, and Russell Wilson and Amari Cooper are the ones that are still, that caught my eye, are still in free agents. They have not been picked up by a team yet. There's still time out there. Free agency is still going on. The draft is starting April 24th through the 26th. That is the draft. But I want to see if any of these players that I just mentioned will sign with the team before the draft. And this is the part of the show. If you want to reach out to me, you can email me at touchdownladies@gmail.com. That's touchdownladies@gmail.com. Well, the show is ending, and I like to end the show on a good note, and I do something I call Facts, Fun, and Football, where I go in here and I pull out something fun to end the show with. Let's see what I'm going to get today. Now, this is going to be a quote. If it doesn't matter who wins or loses, then why do they keep score? And this is Sandy from the Touchdown Ladies saying, don't forget to smile, be happy, be kind, put your action behind your plan, and keep moving forward. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.